Use code Mattcaster for 5% off your order from Face to Face Games, Canada's largest Magic the Gathering store. Qualified orders get free shipping Canada-wide. Use our code anytime you shop at Face to Face Games to support the show and get the cards you need at a discount. Welcome back everyone to my channel. I am Mattcaster Mage and I do make Magic the Gathering content every single day here on YouTube. So if you do enjoy my work, please consider subscribing and joining in on all the fun we have here on the channel. Double Masters 2022. We're still getting a ton of spoilers, and today is very exceptional. Just like yesterday, we are getting some fantastic spoilers, but I also want to go over some of the spoilers that I wasn't able to get to yesterday. Some big ones that I actually called. And one of them was a surprise to a lot of people, but not to me, because I predicted it. I said Cavern of Souls is going to be one of the cards printed in this set, and yes, it was. Now, the last printing wasn't so long ago in Zendikar Rising, it was the Expedition, but its earlier printing before that was the main set, and that was Ultimate Masters. So very, very long gap in between if you think about it. It's about like almost 4 years from Ultimate Masters to now, which is Double Masters 2022, and that card is almost $100, so it just makes sense to reprint that card now, and I was right. So that one was one off the docket. Another one that I was right about was Sensei's Divining Top. Now that was kind of like almost a no-brainer for them to include that one. The last major printing it had was in Eternal Masters. Then another copy on the list, which is like a very soft reprint, so I almost don't even really count that one. And another card is Mana Vault. That was one that a lot of people speculated was going to be in it. It's another card that is getting really expensive right now. The last major printing of that card was also in Ultimate Masters. Almost feels like that's a bit of a theme. A lot of Ultimate Masters cards are going into Double Masters 2022. And the next card that I wanted to talk about that was actually spoiled yesterday was Allosaurus Shepherd. Obviously, one of the most expensive cards from Jumpstart. I think it is the most expensive card in Jumpstart. Maybe not now, though. Maybe that card is going down in price. That was the only printing of that card available before, but now, who knows, going to be a lot of supply in the market for that. Phyrexian Altar, another card that was printed in Ultimate Masters that's going to be printed now in Double Masters 2022. The original printing of this card was actually from Invasion, and that version of the card is sitting at almost $100 right now, and even the Ultimate Masters version of the card is quite expensive, so it makes sense that this card is going to be on the list, and I'm happy that it's actually included in this set. Another odd inclusion that was included was Nicobolus God Pharaoh. I wasn't sure if that was a card that really desperately needed to be reprinted. I mean, I don't know, it's not that heavily in demand, but nonetheless, obviously you need to put mythics in a set, and it's not a bulk mythic, it's still a decent card, but that one was a bit of a shocker, kind of a little bit lame, I guess. I was expecting something a little better in that slot, but you need filler in all these sets. That's something that I've come used to, especially ever since Masters 25. You kind of need those filler cards, you need those filler mythics and rares, and that's kind of what this is. Speaking of filler rares, Pithing Needle is in the set for some reason. I mean, we just got it reprinted in Innistrad Midnight Hunt, but okay, alright, we've got it here now too, so I expect that card to be about a 50-cent rare now. Consecrated Sphinx, actually a pretty expensive card. It's really been on the rise lately. The last major printing of this card saw was in Iconic Masters, and the card's sitting around $50 right now, so I actually think this is going to be a pretty decent mythic. I can imagine this card is probably going to sit about $30 to $35 after release, and maybe even drop down to the low 20s, but I actually think it's a decent card, and I'm happy that this is actually included as a mythic. Another mythic that had its last major printing in Ultimate Masters, and that's Bitter Blossom, another card included. The original printing of this was from Morningtide. It also saw another reprint after Ultimate Masters as a Secret Lair card, but that was kind of a soft reprint, so I'm not really including that as much. But nonetheless, I mean, it's another card that's sitting about the $40 to $50 range. I expect it to go down to about $30 or so. But nonetheless, I actually think this is a good mythic, and you can't really complain about a $30 to $40 mythic. That's pretty good. Good inclusion of this set. And a good uncommon that was actually revealed today, and that's Inquisition of Kozilek. Very happy about this, although it's not as expensive as it used to be. It's only about a $2 to $3 card right now. The last printing of this was actually as a Mystical Archive card in Strixhaven with different artwork, but nonetheless, it's pretty good uncommon. Not as good as Thoughtseize, but it's another card that does a similar ability. And the card that I'm most happy to see printed in Double Masters 2022 is actually Dragonarch. I have a retro foil of it right here. This was actually the only printing of this card before, and it took 22 years for Wizards of the Coast to actually print this again, which is a bit of a shock. This uncommon is sitting at about $5 for this version of the card. The foil is sitting at around $25 to $30. I absolutely love this card. So this artifact costs 5 mana, and then for 2 mana you can tap it and put a multicolored creature card from your hand into play, so very, very good in Commander. I think it's a fantastic inclusion to this set. It's something that if you have an Dragon deck or any 5-color Commander deck, and it's based on creatures, great card for that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's spoilers. Remember to hit the like button as well so this video gets shared into YouTube's algorithm. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Being a patron will help me produce more market movers and add to the funds that I will use for my random buys and also to my coffee fund, because I drink a lot of coffee for these videos. And here you can see a link below in the description that will give you all the tiers and what you get in each tier. So I hope you guys click and think about joining. And with that, I'll see you next video. Think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.